So the teenage years can be difficult for you and your kids. That's safe to say. You might feel like they're grumpy at times, pushing away from you, pushing boundaries, or all of the above. Our parenting expert, Dr. Cheryl Ziegler, is here to talk to us a little bit more about advice that we can give to parents. You're going through it right now. We've been through the teenage years, and man, it's tricky to navigate.
Yeah, and you think hormones, you think life changes, but in general, they're kind of grumpy, which is why? Why?
Well, they're grumpy because hormones for sure, they lack sleep, they've got such a big social world going on that we don't even know about. And then you throw on top of that their job is to figure out their identity and who they are becoming. And in order to do that, they have to push you away. They have to be contrary. They have to be different from you so that they can say, oh, what do I think for myself? And then hopefully eventually in their, early 20s, they come back around and it's like, oh, I can have that in common with you now because I actually know who I am. But until I know who I am, I have to push against you, and that's really hard.
And it is a push and pull because you have the values that you give to your kids at home and how everybody is understanding we need to act in this household, and then they go to school and they have to figure out how to act within that community, Lord of the Flies. And I'm wondering, when teens say to you, I'm fine, that happens a lot. How do you know when to push, when not to push?
Well, I love that question because everybody can relate to that. Like, I'm fine. Yeah, nothing's wrong. Is anything wrong? No, nothing's wrong. And so one of the things you want to do is you want to just really absorb in the fact that you are now going from being like the leader and like the pilot of the entire plane of your family. And when they become a teenager, you're more like a co-pilot. You're more like, they want you there. And I do want to say that they want us there, but you can't, they want and need us, but it's on their terms, and so we can't push, right? So, oh, I'm fine. You can't be like, no, you don't look fine, but you don't seem fine, because then they just get more escalated. So it's sort of like, oh, well, I can tell something's off with you today, and I'll be here whenever you want to talk. And you become like what, some psychologists say are like the potted plant, where you're just there, you're alive and you're well, but you have no idea when someone's coming over to like water you or want to like take you in. And so that's a big shift for parents.
Yeah, it's hard. I saw a mom walking out of the grocery store on Saturday holding her daughter's hand, and I wanted to go, oh, hold on to that, won't last long. It won't last long, right?
Yeah.
So then they start talking to their friends.
Yeah.
And they tell their friends the problems, which I don't, how do you control that? Yeah. How do you say, hey, your friend doesn't have a PhD?
Right, they're not getting the best advice from their teenage friends.
Well, you don't fight it because at this stage, that's who they care most about, what they think, what would they do. So, I like to say to parents and to myself too, let them do the friend thing because they're going to anyway, right? So understand that. And then say, hey, I know that, maybe earlier today you were talking to your friend about it. I'm wondering what they thought about it. So be curious about the advice they're getting and then say something like, that sounds like really good advice. Or you could say, I think what I would add is
horrible advice.
Maybe not that, Kim.
No, don't say that.
Don't talk to that kid. No. Certainly not that kid.
I know. Sometimes I go, oh.
So finally, before we go, if there was one piece of advice you could give to parents who are sitting at home, obviously not next to their grumpy teen because they'd be like this, they wouldn't be watching TV. But what would you say? What's the one thing you can do if you're in this grumpy phase?
I think don't take it personally. I think truly that's one of the things. Try really hard to understand the stage they're in. Don't take it personally, because when we do, we get reactive and we want to be responsive. It's sort of like, and you want to understand that best conversations happen shoulder to shoulder, no longer face to face.
Sometimes in the car.
Most of the time in the car.
Oh, I got the most information in the car.
That's shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah. Okay, that's a shoulder.
That's what I mean. No eye contact, like look at me and tell me, but you're doing this, and they don't have to look at you, you don't have to look at them. That's the stage you're in.
It's
Embrace
like
that.
When a toddler falls, you don't want to make a big deal out of it because you'll see how they react. It's kind of the same way I was in the car with the kids. You're just casually driving them to wherever, and if they say something,
let it go.
That's right.
Keep on chatting.
Good advice.
That's right. I got a good one. Thank you, Dr. Ziegler, as always.